What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another Prize Picks disc golf video. Today, we're going to cover the final round at the Open at Austin. Um, so the last couple of rounds, I've been out of town, so I haven't been able to make a video, but I've been updating all of my plays on my Twitter. So make sure, give me a follow there. It's Disc Golf DFS. That's all it is. You search it up. I'll be there. I'll probably be the first one. So make sure you're following me on that, just because that's where I like to, keep everyone updated and update on how the picks played out and stuff like that. So round one, we just a quick little recap. Round one, we went 4-0, swept the picks. Round two, we went 2-2. Really bad beat with Ricky Wysocki. He was -5 through 16, and then went bogey to push him over by one stroke there at the end. So that's tough there. And Matteo, didn't shoot too bad. He just shot a 59, and we needed him to shoot a 58 or less. So the analysis, I think, was on point, which is the main part. I like to analyze the data and pull out the information I think is most valuable, and then pair that a little bit with um, some of these scenarios that we have going on. So that's the recap. Today or tomorrow, the weather should be pretty good. It's looking like it's going to be in the 3 to 6 mile per hour range, gusts, under 10 miles per hour. So even better weather than they had today. So I do think there's a lot of good value on the board right now. So I'll go ahead and start and jump into my picks. The first pick I have here is James Conrad under 57.5 strokes. So this one, and I'm looking at my notes here on the side, but Conrad actually had a great round today. He shot a 53, which came in at about 1053 rated. Um, he's not known for being a huge power guy, but he's still very formidable on this open field type of course, especially with no wind. So for this line not to hit, he would have to shoot a 58, which is a -3, which would have been about a 10-12 rated round. So way too much value here for James Conrad. For this to hit, he'll need to shoot a 57, which was about a 10-20 rated today. And I expect it to be very similar for tomorrow in terms of how the course plays, maybe even a tad easier. So we're getting about 2 strokes discount with the 57 to about where his average is. So a lot of value. Love this play. He only hits 63% of his fairways, so there could be some positive regression still left there for Conrad. 2 OB strokes was pretty solid. 100% C1X, so he may lose a putt there, but overall, I think this play is really good. Mispriced by Prizepicks for sure. Gives us a couple of strokes to play with. Second play I like a good bit is Katrina Allen under 63.5. So Allen also is in a similar situation to Conrad where she came in, she shredded the course. She shot a -6, which was a 56 today, I believe. That's correct, and it was about a 10-17 rated round. So, granted, I don't think she'll shoot -6 again. She very well could. Um, but that's not what this prop is saying, right? This prop is basically saying for this not to hit, she'll have to shoot a +2, which is a 64. Which today that would have been about a 950 rated round. So the prop is basically priced at her Katrina Allen playing below average. So for this 2 hit, she'll have to shoot a 63, which was about 959, 960 rated today. And she comes in at about a 971 rated player, so prop definitely seems to be mispriced there. And she won Las Vegas Challenge, which was an open course. Granted, this course is a little bit more technical, has a lot more wooded holes. It doesn't even feel like a golf course on some of the holes, but today I think showed a good example of like what her full potential looks like, and it's not even close to where this prop is priced. So I like this one a lot for all those reasons. The next play I have here is actually going to be Own Scoggins, if I can find her. Own Scoggins under 63. So basically, for this to hit, she'll have to shoot par, which is a 62. And for not to hit, she'll have to shoot 64, which is +2. Today, she had a horrible round. She shot +5, a 67, which was about a 926 rated round. So I think if you look at her breakdown, there's a lot of room for positive regression from her historical averages. So she was 33% C1X. She's historically a 72% at around there. She had 4 OB penalties. So, if she can get down to 3, 2, or even 1, that's 2 to 3 strokes right there that you're getting back. If she can hit 1 or 2 more putts in the circle, that's a couple strokes you're getting back right there. She was only 11% in C1 in regulation, which she's normally around the 28 to 30%. So if she can just give herself looks in the circle, just to her average play, that'll be 2 or 3 more looks. She went 0 for 5 for scrambling. So she had 5 opportunities to save her par, basically, to get up and down, and didn't convert on any of them. And she's typically at about a 0.25%. She's a 26% scrambler. So even if she hits 1 or 2 more scrambles, you get about 5 or so strokes back, which now you can kind of see and paint the picture of, if she just plays average, she'll be able to hit this. So I like this as a kind of positive regression play for own. Wind is supposed to be very low tomorrow. She should have a good time, at least getting to par. I don't see her shooting way over, especially with the conditions being the way they are. So the next play I have here is Chris Dickerson under 56.5. So today, I played Chris what would be today, and he hit. So he shot a 56 today, which was about a 10-28 rated round. In order for this to hit again, he would have to shoot a 56, which would be about a 10-28 rated round. And for it to not hit, he would have to shoot about a 57, which is about a 10-20 rated round. So we're getting about a 2.5 stroke discount here to Chris Dickerson's player average. And when I look for some opportunities for some positive regression, when I look at the more in-depth stats, and what I see here is Chris had 3 OB strokes. Maybe he can go down to 2 tomorrow, and that's another stroke back. And he did have 100% C1X, so maybe that could even come down 1, so it evens that out. But he had, one second, I'm looking at my notes here. He had an opportunity to get back with the scrambling, and to get into C1X, C1 in regulation. So overall, he's playing pretty solid. All he has to do is play slightly below average for this to hit, like he did today. And I think that's a pretty safe bet with Chris Dickerson. He could even pop off tomorrow, and maybe even if he shoots around his rating, he'll be in the 55 range. So, like Chris Dickerson there. And for my last play of the day, I also like Anthony Barella, again, under 56.5. So very similarly to Chris Dickerson, if AB shoots a 56, he'll hit. 57, he won't hit. 56 is about 10-28. 57 is about 10-20. So AB is in like the 10-40 range as a player. So you're getting, not 2.5 strokes, but you're getting over 2 strokes of a discount here, with AB. A couple of things that I wanted to point out with him. He also had 3 OBs, so they played very similarly. So, if he can get that down 1, even 2, 1 to 2, couple strokes back there, 0 for 3 scrambles. So if he can convert 1 more scramble tomorrow, that's another stroke back. His fairways was pretty fine. His putting was good. So if he can just kind of maintain that level, which is a lot easier to do, getting clean off the tee and making putts when the weather is bad, I think, or when the weather is good. I think AB is also a pretty safe bet here. So those wrap up my 5 main plays. I had a lot there. So to recap, James Conrad under less than 57.5 strokes. Katrina Allen, less than 63.5 strokes. Owen Scoggins, less than 63 strokes. And Chris Dickerson, less than 56.5 strokes. Also, AB, less than 56.5 strokes. Now, before we wrap up, too, I did want to point out from round 1 to round 2, the course for MPO, I think the average was about 62 point something, and then today it came in at like 58. So we're talking about 4 strokes easier on average by the field. And I think some of these props only came down maybe 1 stroke from where they were priced at yesterday. So a lot of value on the unders here. I'm staying away from the overs for the most part because of how the weather's looking to pan out. And FPO was about 6 strokes on average easier. So a lot of value on the unders. That wraps up all of my plays. I'm interested to hear what you guys think as well. So, feel free to comment what you're on, what you're playing, and feel free to mention me on Twitter and let me know what you're playing. So, appreciate the time, guys, and we'll see how this plays out.